is this? Guys, I feel like I'm a very accepting person. Truly, I want to like something about her. I'm searching for something to like about her. And it's so hard because she suffers from such a rare disorder of being unable to just be a human. Do you know what I mean?
So, she left the royal family because it was just so unattainable and out of touch. And here she is in Montecito putting together perfect little baked pies to Do You Believe in Magic? Like it's an Eat, Pray, Love sequel because that's so attainable and relatable. Right now, we can't afford groceries and people can't put gas in their tank. But yeah, here's Meghan Markle showing you that she likes to take something and elevate it, because I'm sure this is exactly what she was doing before she met Prince Harry when she was a D-list actress that was like stripping down on suits, but she wants us to believe this is the real her.
Have you ever wondered why so many people believe Meghan Markle's entire public image is nothing more than a carefully staged performance? From waffle videos to multi-million-dollar deals, critics argue that everything she does is part of an endless effort to look authentic while somehow achieving the exact opposite. And trust me, what you're about to hear will leave you questioning if Meghan Markle has ever truly shown the world who she really is. Before we dive in, if you enjoy uncovering the truth behind celebrity drama and royal controversies, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us bring you more eye-opening stories every single week. Now, let's get into it. It all started with a viral takedown. Conservative commentator Candace Owens blasted Meghan Markle in one of the harshest critiques we've ever seen. Owens didn't just criticize her decisions. She went straight for Meghan's character, saying Meghan suffers from a rare disorder of being unable to act like a genuine human being. Launch exploded online. Fans and critics alike began asking the same question: is Meghan Markle really this fake? Within hours, hashtags were trending, videos were circulating, and suddenly Meghan's authenticity was the hottest topic on social media. But Candace's words weren't the end of the story. They were just the beginning. Because once the internet started digging, what they found next only made things worse. The so-called WaffleGate controversy became the perfect example of how Meghan's attempts to look relatable often backfire. On St. Patrick's Day, Meghan shared what looked like a sweet behind-the-scenes video of herself making waffles for Archie and Lilibet. On the surface, it seemed harmless, even charming. But then viewers slowed it down. Frame by frame, fans started pointing out inconsistencies. The waffle batter looked pre-made, the kitchen setup didn't match her home, and in certain cuts it didn't even look like Meghan was the one flipping the waffles. The internet quickly branded it WaffleGate. Critics claimed the whole scene was staged to project a perfect family image instead of showing anything real. And once that narrative caught fire, every authentic moment Meghan shared started coming under the microscope. But if a simple waffle video could spark this much skepticism, what would happen when Meghan launched projects worth millions? Meghan's so-called unfiltered podcast was supposed to be different, marketed as raw, stripped down, and deeply personal. The podcast promised to finally show us the real Meghan. No scripts, no perfect edits, just her voice. Except that's not what people heard. Run listeners accused the podcast of being just as rehearsed as her previous projects. The emotional pauses sounded manufactured, her trembling voice was labeled crocodile tears, and the entire vibe came across like another performance. Even her earlier show archetypes had been slammed for being overly polished, so fans were quick to point out the similarities. For critics, this was déjà vu, another chance for Meghan to open up, wasted on staged vulnerability. But the backlash would grow even stronger when her Netflix project dropped. Netflix introduced with Love, Meghan is the big reveal, the lifestyle series that would finally pull back the curtain and let the world see Meghan as she truly is. It was marketed as warm, intimate, and relatable. But from the very first episode, people noticed something strange. The entire show was filmed in a rented mansion, not her actual home. Instead of feeling natural, every scene looked like a set. From homemade spaghetti to bath salt tutorials, nothing seemed authentic. Viewers expected something heartfelt. What they got felt like an infomercial. Harsh reviews poured in. Contrived, boring, a waste of time. Some even said it felt like a long commercial for luxury products. And if that wasn't bad enough, fans pointed out Meghan didn't even seem comfortable on camera. Instead of warm and relatable, she came across as stiff and self-aware. But Netflix was only the tip of the iceberg. Soon, people who claimed to know Meghan personally would weigh in, and their comments were explosive. A former friend of Meghan's claimed that the world had never seen the real her, that Meghan's public persona was nothing more than a carefully constructed character. Then broadcaster Esther Krakow dropped a bombshell during a royal panel. She said bluntly, "There's nothing there." According to her, Meghan isn't a natural entertainer, isn't engaging, and has none of the presence needed to carry a lifestyle brand. To critics, this explained everything. Meghan was trying to become a cross between Oprah and Victoria Beckham, but lacked the charisma, history, and relatability that make those women iconic. Instead of building a brand around authenticity, Meghan was constantly fighting accusations that she had none. And unfortunately for her, things only got messier from there. One of Meghan's go-to strategies has been to share personal anecdotes designed to humanize her. One example, she revealed that she writes nightly emails to her children, a detail clearly meant to tug at heartstrings. But instead of inspiring sympathy, critics rolled their eyes. To them, this was just another carefully packaged soundbite. The problem wasn't that she talked about being a mother, it was that her version of motherhood felt wildly out of touch. Ordinary moms don't write nightly emails from inside a Montecito mansion with nannies and chefs on staff. For many, Meghan's stories about struggles rang hollow, even offensive, compared to the real sacrifices working mothers make every day. Her attempt to connect had backfired again. And then came Spotify. Meghan and Harry signed a multi-million-dollar deal to create empowering content. Their flagship project, Archetypes, promised to challenge stereotypes and spotlight women's voices. But insiders quickly revealed a different story. The podcast was criticized as shallow, overly polished, and self-indulgent. Listeners didn't feel inspired, they felt like they were being sold an image. Remonstrance eventually Spotify cut ties. One executive even described the project as a complete failure to deliver. For Meghan, it was another very public example of a brand built on authenticity collapsing under its own weight. Here's the irony. Meghan Markle's entire brand is built on authenticity, relatability, vulnerability. But those are the very qualities critics say she lacks. Every time she tries to show us something real, people point to the staging, the overproduction, the polished details. Instead of connecting, she creates distance. Candace Owens summed it up best. You're never going to convince anyone that you're authentic. And whether it's Waffles, podcasts, Netflix, or Spotify, the pattern looks the same. Staged emotion, manufactured relatability, carefully curated vulnerability. The question is no longer whether Meghan has an authenticity problem. The question is whether she can ever escape it. So what do you think? Is Meghan Markle simply misunderstood, unfairly targeted by critics who refuse to give her a chance? Or is her entire public persona just one long performance designed to sell an image? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear where you stand on this. And don't forget, if you found this breakdown eye-opening, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the latest royal drama and celebrity revelations we're uncovering. Until next time, thanks for watching.